Okay, video number 3. You'll be led to a hillside with a vortex. So, um, Monty then explained to me that the people who owned this llama farm, and I had just taken care of one of their llamas who had been injured, and I helped it release the tension from that injury, and it actually it was hadn't been able to walk in a day or two, and right after I worked on it, it just stood up, shook itself, and then just went back to doing its thing. So I think they were virtually impressed or physically impressed or something, and I was too. I didn't know that would happen, but it did. So then I was told that I was going to be needing to stay up there overnight. I'm pretty sure Monty set up a tent on the top of this hill, and also we had a good fire going in the vortex. And at that sometime, just before after midnight on the 23rd of March of 1997, I assisted with 3 other people. I don't know who they are. Three other people assisted um, this being Abrahamanad to incarnate as the soul of the earth for the next 13,000 years. So I assisted with that, and when Abrahamanad was going in, I didn't know his name at the time, but when Abrahamanad was going in, and I could feel him going right through the vortex, and I guess there were 3 other people like me, humans, that were helping this process, been trained and were helping this process. And Abrahamanad went into the soul of the earth. And while he was going in, I said, "My name's Steve McLean. I live in Ann Arbor." And I felt this being put the brakes on, turn around towards me, and said, "I'm perfectly aware of who you are. And I appreciate what you've done." And now I'm going to ad lib, but these were his basic words. "If you ever need anything, you let me know, but also understand that for the next 28 years, I'm going to be assisting the transformation of the planet. There's going to be 7 years of physical cleansing, release. There's going to be 7 years of mental cleansing, release. There's going to be 7 years of emotional cleansing and release. And there's going to be 7 years of spiritual cleansing and release." The 7-year periods of time started in 97 to 2004 to 2011 to 2018, and from 2018 to 2025 was the spiritual cleansing. I don't know about you, but it seems to me that we've been through some pretty heavy stuff. Maybe not exactly in 2018. Maybe it took a while to get the spiritual cleansing running, but from about, well, from 2018, but 2019, 2020, and it felt like it really kicked in heavy. And some people felt fairly disturbed. I mean, we all felt some disturbance, and we worked with it, some better than others. Who wants to judge? Who wants to say who did better than who, if anybody did? But we all worked with some big stuff from 2020 up until now, 2024. So 4 years, pretty big stuff. And those of us who made it are still here. And we're like, oh, yeah, that was pretty big stuff. It continues for me, maybe not for you, and then I want to know what you're doing, but it continues for me to be pretty big stuff. 4 years of pretty big stuff. And in the end of January of 2020, I was asked to set up a healing field for the planet. A healing field surrounding the planet that would help the human beings would be able to help ground the disturbance that was coming out of all the people and all the stuff going on in the world. A field was set up. I was the instrument of the setting up the field. The beings were the field setter-uppers, but I was the instrument through who they worked. And then I got lots of help from others and continue to just have people assisting by connecting to the field of observational healing, feeling the disturbance in the field of observational healing, and help ground it into the earth, ground the disturbance. And people say, well, aren't we messing up the earth by grounding the disturbance? And no, we're just grounding energy. It's only a disturbance in us because we're holding on to something. But as soon as we let it go, it's no longer disturbed energy, it's just energy. So it just adds to the energy of the earth. So if it starts out disturbance, you release it, and now it's no longer disturbance. It's only disturbance when we're fighting it, trying to stop it, trying to stop from changing. As long as we're not resisting the change, we're just making the change. But if we're resisting the change, then we're just uncomfortable. Typically, if you resist the change, if you try to stand and stop the flow of the river, if the river's strong enough, it's just going to blow you over and just tumble you down the river. If you turn in the direction the river's going and you just kind of cruise along that river, um, you'll still change, but you'll be in the flow and less resistance to the change. You'll just be participating in the change. So that's a fairly good image, maybe, and a metaphor. And so that's how Abrahamanad came about. That's how I understood this 28 years of cleansing that was going to be taking place, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. We have one more year. As of Saturday, which is the 23rd, we'll have exactly 1 year to complete the 7-year cycle of spiritual cleansing. And I don't know what your experience has been. Mine has been that this has been a challenge beyond any comprehension of anything that ever challenged me before. I mean, um, 3.5 years of chiropractic college was pretty challenging, and then living on the planet was pretty challenging. But the last 6 years and the last 7 months specifically for me has been quite a challenge. It might be because I just have been resisting the change, but it seems like every night in the dream world, I'm working, 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 letting go, letting go, letting go. And it continues. So my hope is that the quicker we let go, the easier this becomes for us. And it's my suggestion that you let go as quickly as you can. And if it helps you to say out loud, I choose to let this go. Like if you're triggered or having really uncomfortable feelings and you feel like you're holding on to them, you might just say, I choose to let this go. And then you might feel yourself let it go. And if you do, great. And the next time you feel like you're holding on to something and really uncomfortable, just state out loud again, I choose to let this go. And then I choose to let this go. And then I choose to let this go ad infinitum. Just keep saying it and everything will be good. So I think that was video number 3. And so we're going to say namaste.